talented radio students will present two live radio dramas from our studios on campus. from the campus of California State University, Fullerton, Titan Communications presents Titan Radio Theater. Tonight, our talented radio students will present 2 live radio dramas from our studios on campus. Our first exciting drama will be X-1, Mars is Heaven, followed by Superman, Dead Man's Secret. And now let's enjoy X-1, Mars is Heaven.
Countdown for blastoff. X-5, -4, -3, -2, X-1. Fire! From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are the stories of the future. Adventures in which you'll live in a million could be years, on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company presents X-1. Tonight's story, Mars is Heaven. When the first space rocket lands on Mars, what will we find? Only the ruins of a dead and deserted planet? Or will there be life? Intelligent life in some strange form that we can only imagine? Will we be welcomed with open arms? Or will the Martians treat us as invaders? Only one thing is certain. Someday a giant metal ship will take off from Earth and travel through the black velocities, the silent gulfs of space, to descend at last into darkness of the Martian's atmosphere. And on that day, man finally know the answers. The day we first land on Mars.
Now hear this. Now hear this. Approaching critical deceleration. Fasten gravity suits. Stand by to land.
There it is. We've intersected the course vector, sir.
All right, Mr. Lustig, over to manual control.
Aye, aye, sir.
Masters, sound general quarters.
Aye, sir.
Mr. Lustig, what do you make of the terrain?
There seems to be heavy ground mist, Captain. We won't be able to use the infrared lights.
Then we'll have to come in on radar.
Isn't that a little risky, sir? Landing in the dark?
I'd rather run the danger of a blind landing, Lieutenant, than come in without the cover of darkness. Remember, we don't know what kind of reception is waiting for us down there.
Airspeed 500. Altitude now 4,000.
Bridge to engine room. Stand by for deacceleration. Fire forward tubes 1 and 3. Steady as she goes, Mr. Lustig.
As she goes, sir.
Airspeed 100. Altitude 1,000.
Radar indicates level stretch, dead air ahead, sir.
Skids down.
Skids check.
Altitude 500. 4, 3, 50, 3.
Up a point now. All right, let's set her down.
Yay!
We made it! Woo!
We made it!
Cut the power, Masters. Pipe battle stations.
Aye, sir. All secure, sir.
Well, gentlemen, we're now on Mars. April 20, 1987. 4:33 Greenwich time. Enter that in the log, Masters.
Aye, sir.
Well, gentlemen, it's less than 2 hours till dawn. As soon as it's light, we'll send out a landing party. Masters, get me an all-over hookup.
We're all set, Captain.
Now hear this. All right, men. The smoking lamp is lit. Well, we're on Mars, the first manned ship from Earth to land here. We don't know what we're going to find or what dangers we may face. We're 17 men on an alien world. It's up to us whether we ever get home again. The next few hours should tell the story. And I want instant obedience to all commands. I'll court-martial the first man who doesn't jump to what he's ordered. And one other thing, we may be on Mars, but this is still a United States naval vessel. Officers will conduct a personnel and weapons inspection in 1 hour. That's all.
An inspection? Captain, now?
Mr. Lustig, we've got an hour and a half to sweat it out before we found out what's outside that airlock. I'd rather have a man worried about his stripes than what's waiting outside on Mars.
Now hear this. Landing party, report to forward airlock. Captain Black, Lieutenant Kingston, Lieutenant Lustig, and Dr. Horst report immediately to forward airlock. It's now landing time -5.
Well, they're paging us. You ready, Dr. Horst?
Yes, Mr. Lustig, as ready as I'll ever be.
Come on, let's get in the lock.
Kingston, Lustig, and Mr. Horst reporting in the airlock.
Very well, sir. The captain will join you.
4 minutes to go. I wish the captain would get here.
What difference does it make?
I just want to get it over with, that's all. Anybody got a cigarette?
Yeah, I think you're smoking too much, Lieutenant Lustig. Are you nervous?
Lay off, will you, Horst?
Wondering what's hidden outside underneath the ground mist. I've been giving it some thought. It would be very interesting to find out. A very unusual planet, Mars.
Why?
It has an atmosphere. A wonderful thing, an atmosphere. Where you find one, you, find life.
You mean Martians.
What do you think they'll look like?
Who knows? Intelligent life can take many forms.
You mean they have green skin and eyes on stalks or something?
The comic book conception is plausible, of course. Or they may have developed far beyond us. Perhaps they have a science that can produce weapons far more dangerous than our atomic missiles.
You think we might have to fight our way out?
After all, we are invaders.
Now hear this. Landing time -2.
All right. We heard this. You know what I'd like to find outside the airlock? Good old Illinois. Ever been there last week?
Only Chicago.
You ought to see my hometown. Green lawns, big white houses.
Sounds like my hometown.
My grandmother used to have one of those iron deer on the lawn. Every Halloween, we'd paint it another color. One time, we painted it black and white like a Holstein cow.
Where does your family live, Dr. Horst?
I have no family. When I was a child, they were gassed to death in Dachau concentration camp.
Tough.
No, it's fine. It has its advantages. I have no ties on Earth. Nothing to lose now. I imagine I'm the only one on board who is free to enjoy our present peculiar position.
All right, masters, you can button it up now.
Aye, sir.
Well, gentlemen, check your sidearms. In 1 minute, we'll be the first men to set foot on Mars. Quite an honor, eh?
As long as the medals are not awarded posthumously.
Still uneasy, Dr. Horst?
Captain Black, I've been uneasy ever since I can remember. On Earth and on Mars.
Well, 30 seconds. Give me the intercom phone, Lustig.
Yes, sir.
Masters,
Aye, sir.
battle stations are to be manned until we return. If we're not back in 2 hours, I want no rescue party sent out. Blast off and save the ship. You understand?
Aye, sir.
All right. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lustig, open the outer airlock.
Aye, aye, sir. It's fresh air.
Let's go. All right now, take it easy. It's too dark to move fast.
Quiet, it isn't. Not even a wind. Can't see anything through this ground mist.
Quiet. You don't know what's out here. All right, come on.
What the?
Quiet.
Captain, I could swear that sounds like a rooster.
I don't hear it anymore.
Very homely, but unlikely sound. A rooster crowing on Mars.
Kingston,
Aye, sir.
set the machine gun 25 yards to the flank. We'll stay here till the ground mist lifts.
Aye, sir.
What do you make of the ground, Horst?
Grass. Plain grass. You can see some large foliage there where the mist thinned down.
What the?
Kingston, hold your fire, you fool.
I hit it, Captain.
What?
Some kind of wild animal. I hit it. I can see the traces, but it's still standing.
Come on, Horst. Doctor, where are you?
Up ahead, admiring the wild animal.
Careful, Horst. Wait for us.
Don't worry, Captain. It's only a iron deer, a lawn ornament.
Well, that's impossible.
It's hollow. Interesting, isn't it? A whitewashed Victorian iron deer sitting on a lawn in the middle of Mars.
Don't understand.
Look around. The mist's lifting.
Hey, Captain, look there. It's a house. A regular old-fashioned house.
But, sir, on Mars?
Good Lord, I haven't seen carved scrolls and gingerbread like that in years. Look at that porch swing, the geraniums.
Look, there. I told you it was a rooster, Captain.
Give me the glasses, Lustig. I want to take a look at that front window. Well, there's an upright piano, some sheet music on it. Lustig, it's beautiful Ohio.
It can't be, sir.
Horst, do you think that civilization of two planets could be identical?
I don't know. That specific style of geraniums is only 50 years old on Earth.
Is it logical that they should have developed in Mars? How about that porch swing and that piano and beautiful Ohio? Why, it's impossible.
Captain Black, this looks like the town I was born in.
Well, it looks like my hometown too.
I thought of something, sir. It's the only solution. Maybe we weren't the first ship to reach Mars from Earth.
Don't be ridiculous, Lustig.
Well, how else can you explain it? Suppose some scientists got together. They invented some spaceship and planned a colony here. That's the only answer.
That's impossible, Lustig. Men's space travel? It couldn't be secret. Do you have any idea what ships cost? What industrialized power is needed? No. There's got to be some logical reason.
I think perhaps you might find out, Captain. A light went on in the house.
Kingston, cover that door with the machine gun.
Aye, sir.
Come on, Horst. We're going to ring that doorbell. There's got to be a scientific answer to all of this.
There's something moving in there.
Stand back, Horst. Give me a clear shot.
You sure a bullet can stop a Martian?
Steady now.
Can I help you?
We...
If you're selling anything, it's much too early.
No, wait, just a minute. What town is this?
What do you mean? Are you census takers?
No, we're strangers here. We want to know how this town got here.
Is this a game?
No, it's not a game. We're from Earth.
From where?
From Earth.
Do you mean out of the ground? Are you sure you're feeling well?
Madam, we came in a flying ship across space. We're from the third planet Earth. This is Mars. Now, do you understand? Mars.
You go away now, you hear? I'll call my husband from upstairs and he'll chase you. Go on.
But this is Mars, isn't it?
This is Green Lake, Wisconsin, in the United States of America, bounded on the east by the Atlantic and on the west by the Pacific. Now go away. Goodbye.
Horst, do you suppose it's really possible? I've got to find out more about this.
I told you. I'll call my husband. Now go away.
You've got to tell me one thing first. What year is this?
Year? 1928, of course. For goodness sake.
You hear that, Horst? And we know it's 1987. And we know this is Mars. Horst, is it possible that we got fooled up, made some tremendous blunder and circled around and landed back on Earth?
In 1928?
Well, maybe some switch in time or dimension. Could we have shifted somehow? Gone backward in time? Oh, Horst, this won't hold water. It's not logical. We checked every mile. We went past the moon out into space. We're on Mars. Lustig, out at point. Kingston, in the rear. Keep that gun at half load.
Aye, sir.
Horst, there's got to be some cold logical solution.
Captain,
What?
that house down the street, that white one with the green shutters.
Lustig, what's the matter?
Are you ready to dive into world sound? Join us for Comm 375 Radio Audio Entertainment. From mastering broadcast and console operations to perfecting your microphone techniques, this course has it all. You'll learn digital editing skills and bring your audio projects to life. Whether you dream of being on air or behind the scenes, develop your appreciation for high-quality sound and produce broadcasting quality audio entertainment. Enroll now and let your voice be heard.
I never thought, thank God!
Lustig, come back here.
He's running for that house.
That crazy fool, after him, quick!
Lustig, stop!
Come down off that porch.
Grandpa! Grandma!
Lustig, what in the devil do you think you're doing?
Albert?
Grandpa, it's you.
Lustig, what's going on here?
Albert, it's been so many years.
How have you grown, boy?
It's so good to see you.
Lieutenant Lustig. Oh,
Captain, Grandma, I want you to meet my friends. This is Captain Black. Captain, I want you to meet my grandfolks.
Howdy. Any friend of Albert's is a friend of ours.
How long have you been here, Grandma?
Oh, a good many years. Ever since we died.
ever since you what?
Yes, sir. They've been dead 30 years.
What?
Oh, now don't you trouble yourself. It's all right. We're alive again. That's all.
You mean to tell me that Mars is heaven?
Oh, nonsense, no. All we know is here we're alive again. And who are we to question God's infinite ways?
Lustig, we're going back to the ship.
But Captain, I want to talk to my grandfolks.
Lieutenant Lustig, I don't like any part of this. You'll come back with us if I have to club you and carry you over.
Aye, sir.
Now let's go. Heaven only knows what we've run up against back at the ship. Horst, look at that crowd around the ship.
It looks like we're being welcomed with a celebration, Captain.
Celebration? They've abandoned ship. Every port is open. No guard set. You masters.
Hiya, Captain. Meet my old dad. Dad, that's Captain Black. He's not a bad guy for an officer.
Kingston,
What, sir?
bring that band back. Use force if you have to.
Aye. Excuse me, sir. That's my Uncle George.
Kingston!
I'll be right back, Captain. Uncle George! Uncle George!
What in the devil is going on here?
Don't you understand, sir? They've all found friends and relatives. They're all here.
You're right, Captain. I found them. The whole crew's out in the crowd.
Well, I gave orders. Definite orders.
You don't understand. Captain,
I understand mutiny. I don't care how many relatives show up. I'll have discipline.
Johnny, you old son of a gun.
It's you, Edward.
Yes.
It can't be.
Oh, of course it is. Johnny, you old.
Ed. Dr. Horst, this is my brother, Edward.
How do you do?
Hello, sir.
It's wonderful to see you, Edward. Look, I've got to get back to my ship.
Johnny, wait, I almost forgot. Mom's waiting at home.
Mom?
Yeah, and Dad too.
Mom and Dad are alive? Then you're real, Ed.
Well, of course. Don't I feel real? How's that, huh?
Why, Ed!
We've got lunch for you, Johnny. Mom's making corn fritters.
Dr. Horst, haven't you found anybody?
Oh, no, Captain. I have nobody.
Now you come on home with me, right, Ed?
Well, sure.
Horst, you wouldn't believe it, but it's been 35 years since I've had Mom's corn fritters. By George, 35 years.
And there's plenty more in the kitchen. So don't hold back, Johnny. You too, Dr. Horst.
Well, Johnny, you're still in the Navy, huh?
That's right, Dad. I'm in command of the ship.
We're a whole Navy family, Dr. Horst. All three of our boys in the service.
Ed was the best pilot in the Pacific till... What did happen, Ed?
What's the difference? I'm here now.
Yeah, but...
You know, it's almost perfect. All we're missing is your brother Will. Then the whole family can be together.
That won't be long, Mom. Will's in charge of the XR-54, the next rocket coming out to Mars.
Well, little Will, when does he leave, Johnny?
Well, the takeoff's scheduled for September. But it depends on what we report. There's no question about that now, huh?
No.
Christmas together again. That'll be something.
It sure will, yes, sir. Well, this calls for a celebration. How about a little of the old dandelion wine, eh, Johnny?
Father, now don't you go giving Johnny too much wine.
He's a big boy now, Mother.
Yes, sir. Isn't everything just fine? Just fine.
Oh, I'll be melancholy too.
Play that one again, will you, Ed?
Oh, sure.
Well, Dr. Horst, what are you doing sitting over here alone? What do you think of my little old family?
Oh, it's very nice.
You know, I can't understand why you don't have any folks here. Dr. Horst, it's a shame just everybody else is so happy.
Well, I never remembered my family, Mrs. Black. All I know is they were gassed at Dachau during the Second World War. When I was liberated, I was in delirium for 3 months. I cannot remember anything before then. A psychiatric phenomenon.
Oh, that's just terrible. Is there anything anybody can do?
It's fine. I don't want to remember. I haven't had a pleasant life. I prefer to be free of emotional entanglements. They interfere with a scientific approach.
I'm sorry, Dr. Horst. What?
Oh, I'll get it.
That's Irene. Long and 3 shorts. I remember that.
Well, maybe we better call it a night. You must be getting tired, Johnny.
I better be back to the ship.
You understand us. Just stay the night. We insist.
I just couldn't rest thinking of all of you all alone on that ship.
I'll be all right. Well, good night.
Oh, wait a minute. Dr. Horst, that phone message was for you.
For me?
Yes, that's right. A message from Anna.
Anna? I don't.
Well, she must be an old friend. Isn't that nice?
I don't. You sure it's for me? I don't remember any Anna.
Well, she asked if you were better.
Perhaps she's someone you knew at Dachau.
Anna?
She said she's coming over here first thing in the morning, so you have to stay over.
Yes, but...
Well, that settles it. You stay here, Horst. You can bunk with me in my old room.
Yeah, but Johnny, we thought you liked to be with Edward.
So you can talk the way you used to?
Well, we can't put Dr. Horst on the daybed. I think we better share the room tonight. Be plenty of time for talking, Ed.
Yes, I guess so.
I suppose I better drop back to the ship. You know, Ed. Security check.
But why do you have to do that here?
I I don't know, Mom. There's no good reason, I guess. Suppose we skip it tonight. Well, good night, everybody.
Oh, it's so good to have you home, Johnny.
It's good to be home, Mom.
Captain Black, you asleep?
No, I've been thinking about what we're expecting. Green-skinned Martians. When all the time it was only Mom and Dad and Edward waiting. It's funny what tricks your imagination can play on you. Well, I guess Mars is heaven, Horst.
You know, I've been thinking about Martians too, Captain. Just suppose there were Martians and they saw us land. And suppose they thought of us as invaders. What would be the best weapon they could use against us? Against our atobombs, huh?
I don't see what you're getting at.
They would want to disarm us first. To wipe out all suspicion and make us feel at home. Suppose this house isn't real. Suppose the people are just images, stolen from our own memories by Martians, created for us by telepathy, hypnotism.
That's the craziest theory I've ever heard.
Maybe it is. That's why there was no one for me. Because in all my life, there is no happy memory. No real loved person. Not even my mother. I don't remember her. Only the piles of rotten corpses at Dachau. There was no happy emotion for these people to recreate.
How about that phone call, Anna?
Yes, Anna. I didn't remember who she was, but I do now. I just remembered. When I was freed from Dachau, sick, delirious, I raved about a wonderful, kind nurse named Anna who took care of me.
Well, there you are. It's logical she's coming to see you tomorrow.
But there was no Anna. I'd been nursed by a man.
What?
Anna was only a dream. There was only one way they could have learned about her, by reading my mind.
That's impossible, Horst.
Why? A whole crew was thinking of home. Suppose the Martians read our minds.
Yes, but if they are Martians...
If there are. They have us separated, each man in a different house, sleeping, trusting, no one at the guns.
I left my pistol downstairs. Do you think there's something to this, Horst?
It's a perfect trap, Captain. Who would suspect his own mother, his grandparents? How easy. Just a knife in the heart of each sleeping man.
That's impossible, Horst. But we've got to get back to that ship.
Listen. The crickets have stopped. Come on. You don't know what they are going to change back to. Whatever they really are.
Careful.
Where are you going, John?
Ed, we wanted a drink of water. That's all, Ed.
You're not thirsty, John. You don't want to drink.
Look out!
You don't want to drink.
His face! It's changing! He's a Martian!
Run, Horst! Run!
Get away, John!
This way, Horst! Horst, where are you?
Ah!
Hello, can you hear me? Earth, this is Captain John Black, the XR-53 calling from Mars. I've locked myself in the ship, but they've crippled it. I can't take off or fire the guns, and they're coming for me now. The Martians. I'm all alone here. All the rest are dead. Kingston, Lustig, Dr. Horst. Poor Horst, he didn't even reach the door. Listen, they're trying to break through the hall. Edward and Mom and Dad and all the folks, they're changing now. They're melting and changing back into... They're Martians! Can you understand? They're Martians, not men. They made us think that Mars was heaven, and we fell into the trap. Can you hear me, Earth? We've got to stop the next rocket. Listen, tell my brother not to come. They'll trap him too. They'll kill them all. Hello, can you hear me, Earth? This is John Black on Mars. Hello, Earth. This is John Black on Mars. Hello, Earth. Hello, Earth! Hello, Earth!
Tonight, X-1 has brought to you the science fiction classic, Mars is Heaven, written by Ray Bradbury and adapted for radio by Ernest Kinoy. X-1.
You know, some appetites are a pleasure to cook for. And others simply put a budget. Yes, you. Whichever your family situation demands, quality cooking or economy cooking, be sure to do that cooking with double rich, heat-refined Carnation evaporated milk. Cooking with Carnation you enjoy results in flavor and consistency that no appetite can resist. Economies no food budget can afford to overlook. Use Carnation just as it pours from the can for cream recipes. Add an equal amount of water for milk recipes. You'll cook better for less with Carnation, the milk from contented cow.
Say, how about a sports shirt for Bill? Oh, that's such a problem. Every time I get him a sports shirt, the sleeves never fit right. They're always either too long or too short. Well, then give Bill an Arrow sports shirt. With Arrow, you can get his exact sleeve length.
That's right. Arrow sports shirts are never too long, never too short, but always just right. You can get his exact sleeve length in an Arrow sports shirt. See, here's Bill in an Arrow sports shirt. Sleeve length just right, and the body is proportioned to fit perfectly. Contour tailored to your exact personal measure. This is the Arrow Chevella, $6.95, available in many soft plaid patterns. To get your exact sleeve length in an Arrow sports shirt, look for this sleeve length label on the cuff. Remember, wherever you go, you look better in an Arrow sports shirt.
Every girl feels like a storybook princess when she shows off her trousseau. Delicate lingerie, lovely linens, romantic little breakfast frocks, and a blanket that's a dream of beauty. And this princess knew how to take care of her lovely things. Now, married in her own little castle, she washed them by machine with not with that wash day detergent. Nice laundry deserves the safest possible soap. That's it, Ivory Snow. It's the only soap, both ivory safe and granulated to get things really clean, gentle clean. Leaves blankets far softer and fluffier than wash day detergents. Pampers pretty colors too. So whether your trousseau is still in the honeymoon stage or has seen many wash days go by, get it gentle clean in the machine with wonderful Ivory Snow. So gentle.
Won't you fill up, Jack Benny, won't you fill up?
People everywhere are filling up with Texaco Sky Cheap, the gasoline that can drive down the cost of driving and save you money. But one man continues to buy only 1 gallon at a time, and we're going all out to get him to fill up.
Won't you fill up, Jack Benny, won't you fill up? We'll sing the whole day long. Won't you fill up with Sky Cheap, fill it up, Jack. We wouldn't steer you wrong. There was that rainy evening when you got stuck. It makes no sense to push your luck. It's money in the bank when you fill up your tank. Jack Benny, won't you please fill up?
I'll take a gallon.
Oh, no! Jack Benny, won't you please fill up?
Okay, where is it? You mean you ain't got it? No, we ain't got it and we need it. We got a big date tonight. It ain't there yet.
It isn't even here yet.
Where is it?
We're out of it.
What is it? Where do we get it? What is it?
The factory's got it.
Oh. Is this it? No, idiot. Hello, factory? Where is it? Keep your shirt on and you'll get it. Let's go, boys. This is it.
What is it? It's about time.
It's Aquanet hairspray for women.
And girls.
Anyone can give a girl flowers. The more you use hairspray, the more you need Aquanet.
For years my brother Harpo chased the girls, but now we no got to chase them no more, since he tell them about creamy prom. So I say, what's so special about creamy prom? And he's a show me. Prom is a look like cream. She's a whip. Prom is a really creamy permanent. And a creamy prom, she's a last longer than any other home permanent. And now, we're going to show you how creamy prom give you a waver like you never see before. Hey, slow down to the pitch. Just look at the hair, softer like silk. And what a wave. Just look at the way she's a bounce back every time. So get yourself a creamy prom.
School's out, and when it's warm weather, everyone has plans for out of doors. It's easy to have fun outside, and being safe is part of having fun anywhere. Sandy and Jimmy go to the lake with their parents. They have invited Mary and Frank to come along with them.
It was fun having Mary and Frank along. They're in the same grades as Jimmy and I. Frank couldn't wait to get in for a swim. He even had his bathing trunks on under his clothes. Frank, wait! Thank goodness I stopped him. There are rocks just under the water where he was going to jump. That might have been the end of his vacation right then. Of course, we all got in as fast as we could. One thing we had to explain to Mary and Frank is that we always swim in pairs. That way there's no danger of someone getting into trouble without help being around. Frank kept wanting to go out in deep water, but Jimmy wouldn't let him. He couldn't swim well enough for that. We had kids here who got into trouble by swimming out and forgetting that it's just as far to swim back. Mary's a good swimmer, and a smart one, too. She knew enough not to go out too far. We didn't stay out very long that first day. We hadn't been getting much sun lately, and it's easy to get sunburned before you know it. Jimmy and Frank didn't want to come in, but we told them they'd better, unless they wanted to get a bad burn. Our picnic out on the island was the most fun of all. Frank thought that the life jackets were a big nuisance. But Jimmy knows how important they can be. He fell overboard once. We showed Mary and Frank how to get into a boat by stepping into the middle of it. We always make sure that everything is in good shape before we go out in the boat. First of all, of course, it has to be good weather. We see that the oars are working all right. and that there's a can to bail out water if we have to. I warned the boys about walking around in the boat. It's one way to fall out, or even turn the boat over. And then Jim, of all people, started to rock the boat.
To Titan Radio Theater, broadcasting from our Titan Communications Studios on the campus of California State University, Fullerton. Now, our creative radio students will present another live radio drama for your enjoyment. Don't touch that dial. Stay with us for Superman, Dead Man's Secret.
Faster than the speed of light, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman! Yes, it's Superman. A visitor from planet Krypton who came to Earth with amazing physical powers, far beyond those of mortal men. Disguised as Clark Kent, a mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper, he wages a never-ending battle for the truth and justice. And now, the adventures of Superman! Just before he died, a famous nuclear physicist named Sir Hubert Clay confided the secret of a mighty sun weapon to his midget companion Freddy, telling him that the devastating weapon was timed to shatter the world on the stroke of February 1st. Sir Hubert instructed the tiny woman to find Robert Archer, a former assistant, who would be able to avert the catastrophe.
I promise, Sir Hubert, I will find Archer.
With the aid of Superman, Freddy was on the verge of contacting Archer when he was captured by the Boot, an international conspirator who forced Sir Hubert's secret from him, then flew by plane to a distant mountain cave near the Swiss border, where the mighty sun weapon had been set up. But at his moment of triumph, the Boot was killed by Henry, a mountain guide whom he had tried to destroy.
Bon voyage, monsieur.
With only moments remaining before the unleashed atomic power of the sun would shatter the world, Superman streaked to the mountain cave and pitted his own titanic strength against the sun.
The world is counting on me.
Suddenly, there was a gigantic explosion on top of the great mountain, was cast up toward the heavens in a vast shower of debris that carried the Man of Steel with it. While Superman pits his strength against the might of the sun at the top of a towering, snow-covered mountain in the Alps, Robert Archer and a group of terrified villagers stand far below and witness a hair-raising sight.
What's that rumbling?
It's coming from the mountain!
Avalanche!
Look, there's Superman. Good heavens. He's falling. He looks dead.
The sky was irradiated for 100 miles. And then, the light faded, and in the quiet alpine valley, invisible under hundreds of tons of rock and stone and soiled snow, laid the sprawled, unmoving figure of Superman. Early the next morning, from the tiny village below the decapitated mountain, Robert Archer and Henry, the wounded guide, walked slowly into the valley, certain that Superman was destroyed in the explosion. Henry carries a wreath of mountain flowers when he and Archer reach the vast mound of soil and rock under and uprooted trees. The guide places his wreath gently at the foot of the mound.
Rest in peace, Superman.
He gave his life for us.
Oui, Monsieur Archer. He was a great man.
I can't believe he's gone.
It does not seem real.
Wait,
What is it, Monsieur?
look, Henry. The debris. It's moving.
What can this be?
Great heavens, look! There's a hand coming out of the mound. And great Scott, Henry, it's Superman! He's alive! Superman's alive!
Oh, sorry if I startled you, gentlemen.
This is the happiest moment of my life, Superman. I thought you were done for.
Oh, well, so did I, as a matter of fact.
Am I dreaming? Are you really Superman?
Yes, in the flesh! Except for my costume, which looks like I was tossed in a cement mixer. But I never felt better.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Well, for this I give thanks le bon Dieu, Monsieur.
So do I, Henry. And I'm glad to see you're all right, too. I gather that the boot's bullet broke your arm then, right?
Well, but it was worth the pain now that the evil one is no more. And for him, I do not grieve.
Nor do I. He had to come to him.
Yeah, he certainly did. And now let's forget about the boots. We've got to get back to America, Mr. Archer. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot. There's nothing left of Sir Hubert's cave, or his sun weapon. Did you see any of it to be able to reconstruct it?
No. Sir Hubert's great secret is gone forever.
That, I think, is for the best.
Yes, Henry, it's probably just as well. Sir Hubert created it in the belief that he could frighten the nations of the world into keeping peace, but it can't be done that way.
Sir Hubert showed us that, when he almost obtained possession of the weapon.
Yes, true peace can only come when all men wanted enough to bury their greed and hate and self-seeking, and meet their fellow men into friendship and understanding.
That's right, Superman.
To that, I say amen.
And now we've got to get moving, Mr. Archer.
I'm ready, Superman.
Goodbye, Henry, and good luck.
Au revoir, monsieur, and may le bon Dieu bless you.
Goodbye, Mr. Archer.
Goodbye, Henry.
Au revoir, Monsieur Archer. Au revoir.
Up and away!
Leaping up from the little valley with Robert Archer in his arms, Superman pauses in curious flight for a brief moment to wave to the smiling guide, and to look once more at the oddly decapitated mountain, the scenes of one of his most hazardous and exciting experiences. And then he summons his great strength and rockets away to the west, over plains and cities and rivers, and out over the vast Atlantic, over his way back to Metropolis. The following day, once more in his guise and garb of Clark Kent, the mild-mannered and bespectacled reporter, he is in his office in the Daily Planet, writing up a follow-up on his great story when the door opens. And cub reporter Jimmy Olsen enters with Freddy. The tiny woman, although still a bit exhausted, is beaming, and resplendently attired in a new frock coat and of emerald green, striped trousers pressed to a razor's edge, and gleaming patent leather shoes. And hung from her arm is a tiny rolled umbrella.
Hey, Mr. Kent.
Hello, Jim.
Look who's there.
Freddy! Well, when did they let you out of the hospital?
Just now. Say, Mr. Kent, it was too kind of you to send me this new outfit.
Think nothing of it, Freddy. Does it fit you all right?
Oh, perfectly. My other clothes were completely ruined in the boot's beastly chimney, you know.
Boy, doesn't she look sharp, though?
She certainly does. Come on, Freddy. Let me put you up on my desk and we can get a good look at you.
Very well, old man.
There you are.
Wow, look at her.
Yeah.
Do you think the American audience will like me?
American audiences? Why do you ask?
Well, she's going back into the circus business.
Oh, yes. I've just signed up to appear with the Great Bartram and Billings Circus, you know.
Oh, you have?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, indeed. I am to be one of their stellar attractions.
Well, is that so?
Most certainly.
Well, you look fine enough.
Why, do you know, I've been positively snowed under with offers since yesterday, Mr. Kent. I mean when your story crediting me with saving the whole booming world appeared on the Daily Planet.
Well, that's pretty swell then, eh, Jim?
Oh, it sure is. But I'll miss you. Freddy, I was kind of hoping you'd stick around here.
Oh, well, I'll miss you too, frightfully. But, well, you know how 'tis. Show must go on and all that.
Sure, I know.
But the circus plays Metropolis every year, you know. So I'll be seeing you both then.
Say, that's right?
Oh, we'll be there in the box seats, Freddy. Oh, excuse me a minute. Clark Kent speaking.
Mr. Kent, this is Robin.
Robin?
That's right. Batman's...
Oh, yes, Robin. Well, what can I do for you?
Listen, can you come to our house right away?
Well, yes, but what's wrong, Robin? You sound rather upset.
I am, Mr. Kent. Something terrible has happened.
Great Scott. What on earth?
I can't talk about it on the phone. Can you come here, please? Right now?
Why, yes, of course.
Hurry, please, Mr. Kent, hurry.
I'll be there at once, Robin. Just sit tight.
Disturbed by Robin's urgent message, Clark Kent replaces the phone and, ignoring Jimmy Olsen's questions, hurries from his office. A moment later, he is en route to the home of the famous Batman and Robin as Superman. Summoned by Robin, the young companion of the famous Batman, Superman streaks to the handsome mansion, which is occupied by the dynamic duo Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne. And now, as we rejoin Superman, he is once more in the guise of Clark Kent and is questioning young Dick Grayson in the living room.
What's wrong, Dick? Why are you so upset?
It's Batman, Mr. Kent.
Well, what about Batman?
He's gone.
Gone? What do you mean?
What I just said, he's gone, I tell you.
But he...
And I'm afraid we'll never see him again.
Startled, Clark Kent stares at a young Dick Grayson, who chokes back tears as he repeats,
We'll never see poor Batman again.
What does Robin mean? What happened to the great Batman? Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss tomorrow's exciting episode when we begin a brand new and action-packed mystery adventure of Superman with Batman and Robin. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, same time, same station, for Chapter 1 of a new adventure of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC Comics magazine and is brought to you by Titan Radio at Cal State Fullerton. Are you interested in a career in radio broadcasting? Cal State Fullerton offers a radio audio certificate program. With this program, you'll gain practical and relevant experience in radio and online audio broadcasting through completing a set of fun and informative courses related to the audio and radio industry. You will develop, produce, and host captivating news, entertainment, and live programming. You'll go from amateur to pro in no time. While all communication majors are encouraged to complete one of the department's pre-professional certificates, any CSUF student may take this program. To learn more about the radio audio certificate, visit communications.fullerton.edu.
Congratulations to all the radio students. fantastic production. Our performers are Tristan Case Pritchett, Miranda De Alfonsi, Don Dang, John Espinosa, Noemi Fernandez, Samara Gibbs, Rafael Gonzalez, Andrew Gutierrez, Anthony Jasso, Natalia Lozano, Robert Martinez, Endika McCauley, Anthony Mendolia, Paula Ponce, Alan Ruelas, Neria Salinas, Shira Thacker, and Brian Velasco. Titan Radio Theater is brought to you by our Comm 375 radio students and the staff of Titan Communications. Our crew tonight includes Julio Reyes, Kaylee Stefanian, Michael Castorina, Ethan Campos, and Brianna Rubio. And a special thanks to our Director of Titan Communications, Nathan Jeffers. I'm your radio professor, Rob Van Riel, thanking you for joining us for Titan Radio Theater and wishing you a fantastic evening.